Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, it's not hard to figure out on what side of an issue a presenter stands, or I don't know, an author of a certain article, or a media outlet, or a politician. Sometimes it's very easy, by the way, to observe, to note, to figure it out, the way they introduce someone in a conversation. So let's say I want to talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger. And if I introduce him as I don't know, full of steroids, egotistic, whatever, then you know that probably I don't like the guy. Now, if I say that he's a fantastic actor and the best the bodybuilder in the world forever and ever, then you know that I like the guy. Or if I come with his really kind of objective accomplishments, I don't know, 7 times or 6 times Mr. Olympia, how many times he was, good actor, played this and that, that means I'm kind of like balanced. But from the very beginning, you know, based on how you introduce someone, what exactly you think about or which direction you're gonna take the whole issue into. I stated from the very beginning when Robert F. Kennedy Jr. showed up and said, I'm gonna be trying to be the US president from the Democratic Party side. I said he is unelectable. He made 1 or 2 statements, and the statements I read were regarding who he claimed assassinated his uncle and his father, and I was like, bye-bye, you will never get a nomination. Because he said, well, it was might be this, indicates this, and I said, you're done. You're dead meat right here. And then I found out that he had some issues with some vaccines and all that, and I listened to the guy a few times, and I said, this guy is really smart, and he's worth listening to. He's not a weasel as far as I can tell. And he won over me in certain areas. He lost me in others. But hey, sometimes you have to make yourself a brother with the devil to cross the river or something. The same I think he does right now with certain groups. You know what I mean? So, sorry for scaring you with my appearance so close. So, in this case, is another example how the mass media went full force in denigrating Kennedy. Full force. The way that he's got only the name, he's an anti-vaxxer, he is a vaxxer crusader, because they put that together, crusader with that, crusader and all that. Pay attention. And all this, he's got his name, he's a conspiracy theorist, nothing positive from the mainstream media. Surprisingly, other people have, different take on things. More balanced, maybe some of them just see the positives, but the mass media, the mainstream mass media, sees only the interpretation of certain actions of Mr. Kennedy. And it's too obvious they don't want him. She's too fat for me, you can have her. You know that polka song? I don't want her, you can have her, she's too fat for me. Okay, now that we are on the same rhythm here, let's read this article coming from the Los Angeles Times, and it's a column by an economist, and he tells us, business column right here. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a threat to your health. That includes me as well, because he doesn't say particular group or particular people, and our democracy. When you say our, do you mean your or I'm included? And how do you know is the same way we look at the democracy? We have the same view on democracy. So these are general stuff. Like, for instance, if you remember former President Barack Obama, I'm for change, change. Whoa, buddy, take it easy. What do you mean change? Change. Can you be more specific? No, change, do the right thing. Whoa, again, what do you mean do the right thing? Can you be more specific? Because maybe my right thing will be not you in the office. Or other things like this, change like not you close to any positions of power. That's my right thing, and your right thing is a different one. So they talk in generalities and in truisms. Who would not want to change? Because when you think about change, it's changing from bad into good. That's how they expand. Do the right thing. How can you be against doing the right thing? But hold on. Your right thing, I'm pretty sure, is different than a rapist right thing. Am I right? Pretty sure, unless you... Anyway, so this guy talks in generalities and truisms. Is your threat to your health? I don't think so at all. I disagree with you, and you have to define what our democracy is. If your democracy is the one that we live through, then it's not our democracy. That's your kind of democracy. Mass democracy, where every biped can vote knowing or not knowing anything about the issue or the candidate. And then I'm not going to go into this. I'm just going to tell you that this person, what's his name? Michael Hiltzik, business columnist. This person does a little character assassination in so many paragraphs here. So many. Okay. Being an anti-vaccine crusader. This is you gotta understand this. You're gonna see this many times. It's like how do you call that? Whistle, whatever call. That's what anti-vaccine crusader. Boom, that's it. Discredited claims, blah, blah, blah. So all he does here, this healthy, let's say Michael. Hey, Mike. Mike does all kind of things about saying what, denying, exploring possibilities, about looking, continuing, blah, 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 about anti-vaccine linked with autism and all that. So what he's doing is just destroying him as a, candidate, basically, telling us that he is disseminate his misinformation. Kennedy certainly can't claim to lack of platform. And then let's say Spotify, Joe Rogan, so this guy should be banned or something, according to this guy. Now, if you go back here, you're going to see the danger from Kennedy's campaign should be clear. One is that a Kennedy candidacy that gains any real traction alone will increase the political credibility of the anti-vax claptrap, which already has more than enough, he declared. Well, it's not true, because we as humans, we make mistakes, and sometimes we claim stupid shit. It doesn't mean that that represents us. So if he is wrong about the vaccine, it doesn't mean that that represents him. I mean, if you see a pattern, you can say, yes, he's a nut job. But just from one issue characterizes the guy according to Mikey? Yes. So that's how he thinks. Again, anti-vax figure, tralala. And I want to show you here where he said, he talks about the anti-vax. The whole thing is claimed to be anti-vaccine. Then Rogan throws him under the bus, of course. And then they talk about... where is that? Voters take heed. Oh, where is? I couldn't find on this little thing anything about our democracy. He talks about misinformation. He talks about people who promote him. That would probably Elon Musk gets him in right here. He talks about Joe Rogan, which is not good. Claiming this. And I want to show you here something. He said something about a very bad statement from this Mikey. And here it is. Kennedy continued to spread anti-vaccine hysteria. I think it was the other way around. I think it was the vaccine hysteria, not anti-vaccine hysteria, emerging as a walking public health hazard. Oh well, what can I tell you? Read it if you want that article. If it's just a continuous, he's an anti-vaccine, that means he's crazy. And people who associate with him will destroy our democracy because they will push a misinformation campaign. Mikey, you either are stupid or you're a bad person. Because I can't believe that you do not understand that what these guys are doing is exactly what you claim Kennedy is. He can't be that stupid. But anyway, all that article in Los Angeles Times is to discredit Kennedy. Which is fine. If you have arguments, bring it on. But it's like I say, okay, Emil drove 75 miles per hour on 70. Emil broke the law. Emil is a criminal. Don't ever listen to Emil. Ever. Emil is a bad boy. Emil is a bad this, for that. And I'm going to say, well, yes, I did, but actually I didn't. But no, I didn't. Let's say I'm lying about it. I say, no, but I think I didn't. I think I didn't drive 75. I think I was driving 70 on 70. They say it was 75. So I'm contesting that. Nevertheless, I will be considered by Michael a criminal and my whole character will be done. Never vote for Emil because those politicians over there, they've never done anything illegal. They never made a mistake in their lives. None of them. I mean, the ones that he likes, Michael likes. The ones that he doesn't like Trump, he's involved over there too. He makes only mistakes. Everything starting in 2016. That's when Donald Trump, by the way, started his life in 2016. Before 2016, he was perfect. From 2016, somehow he became the devil. I've never heard of Trump being considered an evil guy until he won the Republican Party's nomination. That's when I started hearing about how crazy, how stupid, how this, how that. Before, Trump was like an example for the American entrepreneurship, for this and that, the American dream. Wow. I never cared about Trump. I thought he was looking, I mean, you are a, how do you call it, a businessman, and you have that little thing show on, what was that, Apprentice. For me, that was below his value. That's how I saw it. I was, come on, it's beneath you. But I understand that he made a big, had a big popularity for this little platform to become the president. That was one way to look at it. But anyway, Trump became bad only in 2016. Before that, he was A-okay with everybody. You never heard about, I never heard about him being anything. But then everything he said was bad. Grab them by the this, grab them by the that. And the guy gives blowjobs to a 21-year-old intern in the Oval Office as the president in the office. It was funny. But this guy just says, oh my God, like 50 years ago, Jesus Christ, he's not a president, he doesn't look presidential. What? And the guy was reelected, I think, what's his name, Clinton, after the Monica. And Monica is something that we know about. I have a gut feeling that it was not only Monica. I don't know, I just have a gut feeling. And I don't think it was only one time. But hey, what do I know? There's no evidence. Guy is not guilty. My problem is this. You analyze one guy with a set of rules or the lenses, and the other guy, wasn't that soft porn here a little bit? What is going on? Or you know what's going on. So that's why Mikey, I don't think he's an idiot. I think he's just not good. But hey, this is one example. It's my first encounter with Mikey. And he's 100% the way I say he is. If I would read, I don't know, like 50 or 10 articles from Mikey, maybe he will have 9 that he would show that he is objective and balanced or, knowledgeable. In this one, he's 100% not good. And Mr. Kennedy, the mass media will not promote you whatsoever. But the same thing was with Trump. If you remember in 2016, or whenever, before the elections, the same thing. But they used him because he brought in a lot of revenue because people were wanted to watch him. So that's why CNN was still surviving then. Without Trump, wow. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.